Alright, so I saw this video, and it's been a while since I've actually heard what they're about to read from some book, but it's in regard, this tiny fraction is in regards to the, somehow allegedly proving how Edomites are Europeans. So they're going to read this from this book. What I'm going to do is play it all the way through first, just to this topic. Then I'm going to start over and then break it down piece by piece.
So listen to us. So you heard of Herod, right?
I heard of Herod.
What was he? What was he?
Herod?
Yeah.
Herod was a king at the time.
Was he? What group did he go under? What ethnic group? The Romans, right?
Yeah, he went under
Watch
the Romans.
this. Herod was born around 72 BCE in Idumea.
Where?
In Idumea, south of Judea.
Right.
He was the second son of Antipater the Idumean, a high-ranking official under Ethnarch Hyrcanus II, and Cyprus, a Nabatean Arab princess from Petra in present-day Jordan. Herod's father was by descent an Edomite. An Edomite. An Edomite.
And everybody agrees that Herodians were white people.
Yes, absolutely. No dispute.
That's right, brother.
Alright, so you saw it for your eyes. This is what they believe. Again, it's out of this random book that somebody is holding up. So I'm going to play it back from the beginning and then break it down.
So you heard of Herod, right?
I heard of Herod.
What was he? What was he?
Herod?
Yeah.
Herod was a king at the time.
Was he? What group did he go under? What ethnic group? The Romans, right?
Yeah, he went under the
Watch
Romans.
this. Herod was born around 72 BCE in Idumea.
Where?
In Idumea.
So that's the first thing. It's given location, and first thing first, it's only talking about King Herod, okay? It's only talking about one person. It is not talking about all Europeans or all so-called white people. It's only talking about one person. Then it goes to say that this one person was born in a specific location. This is not all Europeans or all so-called white people, but let's continue.
South of Judea. He was the second son of Antipater the Idumean, a high-ranking official under Ethnarch Hyrcanus II, and Cyprus, a Nabatean Arab princess from Petra in present-day Jordan. Herod's father was by descent an Edomite. An Edomite. An Edomite.
And everybody agrees that Herodians were white people.
Yes, absolutely. No dispute.
That's right, brother.
But this is why it should have a doubt and should be questioned, is because this whole premise is being based on white, which is not an actual people group. White, you're saying that it's based upon what you look like. But we know today you have certain people that are Negroes that look like another nationality and vice versa. That's the problem with this. You don't know what King Herod looked like. Now, here, if one of them was to hear this, they would pull up some Google images and say, there, he looked like this. It's on Google Images. The thing with this is, again, you don't know what he looked like. This is what is on Google Images. There's a certain historical figure that we know was a Hebrew Israelite. His mama's name, let's just say, is Mary. But what does everybody believe him to be? A doggone European. Because they went on Google and poof, they did the same thing you did. You have to have just weights and balances. Actual Roman descendant people, the natives, had a thing for painting people after their likeness, after their image. You do not know what King Herod looked like. Don't pretend. The only thing you have at your fingertips is Google Images. Don't pretend that you know without a shadow of a doubt, you know what King Herod looked like. And that's just going off of looks. Now, it gives a potential as to why he was born in the land of Edom. His mama is more than likely an Edomite. It said it. But then it said that his daddy was an Edomite, but didn't say how it came to that conclusion. It fits the doctrine, so let's just blindly believe it because it fits the doctrine. But it didn't specify what it took to make him an Edomite. Even then, benefit of the doubt, let's say there is evidence to prove him an Edomite. This has no connection to him being an actual European or so-called white person. Because we know actual Europeans historically would put people of other nationalities in positions of authority. We see that in the book of Acts. There was an Israelite in the Roman army. But when it comes to things where it's just doctrine specific outside of the Bible, we just blindly believe it and we don't weigh it justly with other avenues, biblical avenues at that, like I just gave. A centurion is not, and let me be specific, a Roman centurion it's a job title, which any nationality can fill that job title. I was in the U.S. Army, as well as Asians, a plethora of Europeans, etc. Even I remember it was actually an Ethiopian too. Various, Kemetic people, you know what I'm saying? But it's still the U.S. Army. And that's what we tend to not understand. Yes, this King Herod was in authority, but you do not know what he looked like. You do not know, even if this is his nationality as an Edomite, you don't know what this man looked like to say he's so-called white, because then you're only going off of looks. But then you flip that and say, well, to be an Israelite is not based upon how you look. Make it make sense. Because you would look different from as they say it on the chart, all these different rainbow people on this chart, but you would look different. Some of them so-called Israelites would look white, would look black according to the modern day standard. There's no just weights and just balances when it comes to this doctrine. It's only doctrine, and it's from conclusion jumping for the reasons as I've just stated. But that's all I have for now, as it is written, and I'm out.
And everybody agrees that Herodians were white people.
Yes, absolutely. No dispute.